Hold on 1 second. Buckle sharp. All right. All right, we live. Okay. Lock it for the delay. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Radash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone who taught us his truth. Honors and salutations to the elect and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, because they shall rise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's coming to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. All right, once again, another week, out here on the highways and hedges. Got here out here a little bit late today, Salaki for that. But the work goes on, man. Like I entitled, the beat goes on. You know, this work doesn't stop, it's constant. It's continually, day and night, you know, because what we got enemies that make laws day and night, man. You know, they up there day and night contemplating, trying to think of what they're going to do to us. You know, which matter of fact, let's grab that scripture. Just bear with me. Because they lay on their beds, and I know I bring the scripture out a lot, man. You know? So I should know exactly what it's saying. It's a lot. Just bear with me. But, you know, I'll grab it. I'm just waiting for this thing to work. But really, I want to start off with, you know, Second Ezra, the 3rd chapter, all right, which is going into a lot of things. It's going into the history of our people, all right. And I told the brother this week, man, like we was going to go over that chapter, you know, but spirit moves how the spirit moves, all right? But, yo, we going, man, we seeing a lot of things right now. Seeing a whole lot, okay? It's First Ezra, my fault, Salak. First Ezra 3. And Matter of fact, let's go. We're going to start at 2nd Ezra. All right. Chapter 3. And starting at verse 1, it says, in the 13th year, after the ruin of the city, I was in Babylon, and lay troubled upon my bed, and my thoughts came up upon my heart, which we all know that your heart is your mind, your life, all right? So this is Ezra talking about, yo, we in Babylon the Great right now, part 2. You know, this is the ancient Babylon. You know, but yo, Ezra saw himself right here. You know, because of confusion. Now, how you know this is Babylon and confusion? Look at the genders, the laws. You know, matter of fact, yo, it's a lot of things I want to touch on, so I'm gonna try to just stay focused and everything, man. But it's a lot of ways that you know that this place is confused. You know, and this place is jacked up. On a moral level, a sexual level, on any level, man. Especially towards our people, but this place has been given to what? The wicked people, man. You know, so everything that's for them, they set these things up and they expect you to follow those guidelines. All right, but it's certain things like. Man, it's certain things that you just, man, you know right from right, wrong from wrong, man. You know, they got laws set up here, of course. We tells you to agree with our adversary, told you all that. You know, when you're in his way. But you're not going to put on no goddamn dress. You're not going to be no rainbow god, man. You know, you're not going to take the seat in. And that's the times that we live in, and the people talking about, oh, obey the laws of the land. But forgive me, man, because I'm jumping the gun. But anyway, let's go to 2nd Ezra, and I brought this out this week, you know. But 2nd Ezra, chapter 3, and let's go back to verse 1. It says, in the 13th year, after the ruin of the city, I was in Babylon, and laid trouble upon my bed, and my thoughts came upon Salakia. And my thoughts came up over my head, for I saw the desolation of Zion. So, yo, Ezra saw our people messed up like this, man. A lot of prophets, matter of fact, I ain't gonna say a lot of prophets, all the prophets saw our people in a low state. Why? Because of the things that they did. They turned against the Most High. They turned against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, man. They started following after all these different gods, and you see where that got you. It's to the point you don't even know your own heritage, man. You pick up a book and start reading things what they gave you, you can't even discern or have that type of judgment to even tell who you really are, man. And you walk around taking on the heritage of all these different people who we were set up around. You know, we set up around these different people. And we take on the customs of them. Why? Because, yo, man, we'll get into it. But it says, for I saw the desolation of Zion and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon. This is your con. This is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, we probably go through this whole chapter. It says, for I saw the desolation of Zion and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon. And yo, that's what we see right now. We see our people walking around here messed up. We see these other nations and the money that they have and the things that they have, and we like, damn, man, we supposed to have that. I wish we had that. You know, but Ezra saw all these things. All right, but yo, even though you seeing that, that doesn't mean go and follow after the customs of those people. Because while it was given to them, it was for an appointed time for them to have that. You know, which people get what's that? Romans chapter 13, starting at verse 1, they get that misconstrued because they don't understand the scriptures. They don't understand what that is actually talking about. Which, Lord's willing, I'm going to grab that next. You know? I'm gonna grab that next because my mother, yo, she sent that to me talking about some. Well, we was getting into the customs of marriage here. Well, you know, the custom of marriage here in Babylon, and then the customs of marriage amongst our people. You know, and she hit the classic one, which Donald Trump brought out, Romans the 13th chapter. You know, obey a higher power. All right, but I'm gonna go back to 2nd Ezra 3 and 2. It says, "For I saw the desolation of Zion and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon, and my spirit was sore moved, so that I began to speak words full of fear to the Most High, and said," yo, he began to speak words of fear to the Most High, because why? Ezra feared the Most High. Because you see, like, if you look right now, and you a man that fears Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, you look at it like, yo, these deep, yo, and I'm talking about just in the flesh. All right, in the flesh, you see, everything looks like it's stacked up against you. You can't beat it. Like, we haven't seen spiritual powers in this lifetime. You know, but the Lord is starting to show his chariots. You know, he's starting to show a lot of things. He's starting to show a lot of things to us to let us know. Matter of fact, first and foremost, we had our apostles, man, teach us, and the men that's under the same doctrine. All right, that's where we learn from. That's how we know that we Israelites. You know that you Israelites from a lot of different ways, man. It's a lot of dudes that came into this truth in a lot of different ways, man. Okay? But the ultimate way, you have to pray and ask Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua to bring to the 100% truth. All right? Because it's a million camps out here. There's a lot of camps out here teaching this, teaching that, but you want the truth, so you ask Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua to give it to you, man. All right? That's what you have to do. But anyway, hopping back into 2nd Ezra 3 and verse 4, it said that my spirit was sore moved, so that I began to speak words full of fear to the Most High, and say, yo, because yo, when you see these things, of course you're gonna be scared, man. Damn, Lord, that's just the flesh talking. All right, that's the flesh talking. So you asking Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua to deliver you. You asking for all those things. And that's actually fear, man. But it says what? The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is the beginning of wisdom. All right? It's the beginning of wisdom. And that's what Ezra was full of. Yo, why do you think Ezra had these great revelations, man? You know? Salaki. Very well. Well, anyway, let's keep it moving. All right, it says, this is what Ezra said. It says, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, who bearest rule, Thou speakest at the beginning when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people. All right, so the Lord, what did he do in the beginning? You go up to the book of Genesis. It tells you in the beginning, Elohim, all right? Elohim, which is the powers, created the heaven and the earth. And where that come from? Where did the powers come from? Where did the gods come from? It came from Yahweh. All right, and he the one that gave out the blueprint to his to Yahushua, who was the first spirit ever created. And what did Yahushua do? He gave it to his men. Okay, to what? Be able to create this piece. That's why this is the greatest knowledge on the planet. You can't tell. And then what you do? You got all these scientists now. They try to compare themselves to They try to compare themselves to the knowledge that the Lord gave to his elect. They can't do that. You know, going into what? Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, so now it's given into them. They have certain knowledge. You know, which I was talking to the brother the other night, and we was talking about demons, like dudes that got demons on them. Which is a lot of dudes in this truth that claim to be your brother. They got demons on them, man. I'm talking about heavy demons. But demons go into what? Intelligence. Now, but you got to look at it. Is this a righteous demon? You know? Is this righteous intelligence or wicked intelligence? All right? Because you got, it's both sides of the fence. The Lord creates both. He controls both. He created good. He created evil. All right? He created Jacob. He created Esau. He created Cain. He created Abel. All right? And that alone should let you know that he's controlling both sides of the fence. All right? He's controlling both sides of the fence. But these people, they don't realize and they don't want to understand it. They take it for granted. You know, they don't fear the creator that made them. All right? Just bear with me, Salaki. I'm trying to get this other phone to work to bring it up. There's some information that I want to bring out, but it's all according to the Spirit, man. All right? We're going to keep it going. It says, going back to 2nd Ezra 3 and 4. It says, O Yahweh Yashah who bears rule, thou spakest at earth, Shalaki, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gavest the body unto Adam, without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. All right, and yo, how did the Lord do that? All right. He breathed the breath of life into Adam. What was the breath of life? He gave him the law, statutes, and commandments. How to because Adam was the one that he named all the animals. You know, but when you go into the scriptures, right? What Adam was he talking about? Because Adam is a dom, one formed from the ground. All right. But it's talking about this scripture is always talking about Israel, man. All right. So let's go here real fast. Let's build me Salaki. But since we talk about Adam, we're going to go into it. All right? Let's talk about Adam. Here we go. So let's go to Genesis chapter 1 and 26. Matter of fact, okay, let's go up a little bit. Matter of fact, we're going to go up a little bit because we're going to go into the beginning, which the Lord just going from that to second Ezra, because Ezra was very inquisitive, right? So we're gonna go to Genesis chapter 1, and the animal's in charge of everything in the field, man. All right, everything in the field, and just take it. We're just gonna take it there. All right, it says so we're gonna go to Genesis 1 and forgive me. Try to get into all right, it's the waters. All right, cut. So we're going to go here. This is Genesis chapter 1 and 21. It says in the Elohim, which is the powers, all right, created great whales and every living creature that moved, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. And the Elohim blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." All right, let the fowl multiply in the earth. So look, the Lord, how you think that the seas, when He created everything, He made it so that you could procreate. All right, you got to. Just like the Lord is bad. He's decent like that. And all you gotta do is look around you. That's why, and I always bring this up. It says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways." But He created all these things. He created the food before He created the man to eat it. That's why He gave us dominion over all those things, right? It says, matter of fact, it's verse 22. Genesis 1 and 22. It says, "And the Most High blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the water in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." All right. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And the Most High said, the Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature as his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind," and it was so. So the Lord, this is when the Lord is starting to create all these things, man. Now, this is before man, Adam, all right? Adam in the Hebrew, this is before he was even created. Because what? One day is of 1,000 years to Yahweh Ba'ashim Nawasah, Ba'ashim Arachakadas, right? This 24-hour shit, that's nothing. That's like a drop in the embassy, or a drop in the ocean. It's like that. It's nothing. It means it goes and it comes, man. It comes and it goes. All right, but it says back to verse 24. It says, "The Most High God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and God saw that it was good." All right, so everything that you see, like going from the animals to the insects to even you, the Most High had that. He had that created. Why to procreate? Because it was good. Why? Because He made the whole earth. He created everything. All right, He created everything. And when He created it for the benefits of the Israelites. All right, but before we were called Israelites, we were called the sons of the Most High. That's what we were called. Starting with the men. All right. But it says, and you got, and every insect and animal on this planet has a job to do. The same way that you have a job to do, According to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaRachapadas, because when you were created, you were given coordinates and things that you have to bear. All right. But it says, and the Most High made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his own kind, after his kind. And God saw that it was good, and God said, let us make man. This is the point. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. All right? So the Lord created all these things. But what he do is save the best for last. All right? He created the creeping things, but what it said, it has dominion over all of them. We have dominion over all these different things. That's why when you see like a bug walking on the ground, you can smash it, whatever. You know? Because what? It's in your power to do so at that time. You can do it. Just like it's in the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to smash us whenever he wants to. And we all come with an expiration dates. But you got some men that's going to be here that walks the earth that's not going to see the death, which it says what? And it tells you that in Matthew the 24th chapter. All right? It tells you those things. But the reason why I bring this out is for, like, you know, because we're going back into Second Ezra's, you know, the third chapter, which is a heavy chapter because it's giving you a whole lot of information. It's giving you history. And it's giving you, Ezra's was so heavy, he was asking how about Shem Yahushua to enlighten him, man. You know? But it says, back in Genesis chapter 1 and 27, it says, so the Most High, the Elohim, created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High, the Elohim, created he him, male and female, created he them. So he created male and female. Just like with the animals, he did the same thing. Because how else were they supposed to, excuse me, how else were they supposed to procreate and multiply? You know? The Lord is a righteous judge, man. And all his judgments are righteous. And we're seeing right here, we're going back to the beginning. Because, at the beginning, these people had they had a job to do. You know, but the Lord, he's taking it away from them. You know? And when I mean taking it away, he's about to put these devils back in chains. All right? But we take it back to the beginning. All right? It says, and God blessed the Most High, Elohim blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And that's what the Lord is about to do again to what? His people. We're going to have dominion, and this is in the beginning. All right? What it says that Yahweh Shai, he says he's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. All right? He is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So the same way that it was in the beginning is going to be at the end. Okay? The same way it was in the beginning is going to be at the end. And we're coming to the end of this society. So for the elect, and the men, and the 1/3, this is the time you're supposed to be repenting all the time. You're doing that. Pray without ceasing. All right? You're talk to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Arachak or Dash on the deal. Alright, you ask and you ask for what you ask for. But it has to be in righteousness' sake. And what you want to come back into your power. And that's what the Lord is about to do. He's about to take this place out of power, which you see in everything. Yo, you never saw America in this light before in your life. The ones that grew up here in Babylon. Yo, I'm seeing a lot of different different nations move here. They come from overseas and everything, and they set them up real nice, man. You know? But they're the ones now that they think that they're going to be in the next light to be able to run the earth. All right, which we have next. Okay, we have next. We're in that seat. We sit in that seat. That's to come. All right. But forgive me. If I'm rambling, forgive me. Let me go back to the first Genesis chapter 1 and 21. Shalach in 28. It says, and God blessed the Most High, Elohim blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. All right, and yo, now that's the beginning. Now, once this place is destroyed, you come into the kingdom. What's going to happen? You're going to have to replenish it. You know, this place is one big recycling bin, man. Recycling place. Because what? Spirits come, they go back to the spirit world, and they come back down. Called what? Reincarnation. Once I can prove that. But I'm jumping around right now, man. It's the spirit. All right, it says, and the Most High said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for me. You know, and yo, that's all you gotta do is go back to the beginning, man. All right? Because the Lord gave us everything. And that's why they're trying to take away everything from you now. All you gotta do, you wanna know the next steps of these people, you go back to the beginning. You go back to the beginning of things, man. Alright? So let's hop back into got a lot going on out here tonight, man. Alright? Not like I said, I came out here a little late, so it's a lot for that. But going back into 2nd Ezra, chapter 3, it says, 3 and 5, it says, and gave us a body unto Adam. Matter of fact, in verse 4, 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 4, it says, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who bears rule, thou speakest so it says, at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone and commandest the people. All right, so look, we went back to the beginning. What's the beginning? Genesis. That's the beginning of all creation. You know, when the Lord saw fit to give this knowledge to who? Adam. To be able to pass it down to his ancestors, to be able to pass it down to us. You know, everything is passed down. All right? Because the Lord always dealt with his men. Okay? He dealt with his men from the beginning, and he always will. He's going to continue to deal with his men. Until the end of this place. Until this place is done. Even when this place is done. Alright? You're still going to have the words of the Lord, man. Alright? What did it say? I thought I told you that we won't stop. Salaki. Salah. But let's hop back into the scripture. You know, matter of fact, I said, like I was saying, I thought I told you that we won't stop going to that bad boy thing. The Lord is not, everything that he said from the beginning, once he spoke it, it started to come, matter of fact, as soon as he spoke it, it was manifested. All right? And how you know, that's why we went back into Genesis. You got to look at the words that he spoke from the beginning. As soon as he spoke it, it happened. All right? And it took, he said, yo, I want you to go make this, boom, boom, and he gave it to, like I said, he gave it to Yahweh Shah gave it to his men. All right? And when he did all that, that's when the people, they got together and they started building. Okay? They started building things. They started building, the wind. How you know about the wind? The oceans, the land, they had to form that. The different galaxies, the planets. That's knowledge, man. That's the greatest knowledge on this planet, man. All right? And that's why they hate us for it. And it gives you rules about how you're supposed to treat your brother, the battles that we fought and overcame. This book is the greatest book of all times. Why you think everybody trying to pattern themselves and they want to write books? But forgive me, because I ain't trying to, I'm trying to stay on this right here. All right, it says, Second Ezra chapter 3 and 6, it says, and thou lettest him into paradise with thy right hand, and with thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. All right, so let's go back to verse 5. It says, and he gave us a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hand, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. And what was the breath of life? These laws, statutes, and commandments. How to conduct. That's why we went back into Genesis, the first chapter. Because what Adam, right, which was Yahweh Shah, all right, he went into that. He was the last. Well, he made all the fish, the creeping things, but he put Adam over top of all that. But he breathed that breath of life, and he breathed that breath of life over all other spirits that was created, all the other spirits that he created. Because animals have spirits, but their spirits go down. Our spirits go up. Verse 7. Matter of fact, verse 6, it says, and thou lettest him into paradise with thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. So before the Lord even created, listen. He wanted Adam to be in paradise, man. That's why matter of fact, real fast, let's go here. Second Ezra 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here it go. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 59. It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? Matter of fact, let's go up before that. The Second Ezra chapter 6 and 56. It says, as for the other people which thou hast, matter of fact, no, let's go to 54. Call Halan Yah Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Yahushai, because we just read, right? And that's how you know that Ezra was a heavy dude. Okay? Ezra was a heavy dude, man, in the scriptures. He wasn't, how you said, he was inquisitive. All right? He wanted to know what was going on, right? So check it out. Which we just read, what? We was in 2 Ezra 3. Jumped into Genesis 1, right? Now check it out. The back goes points up. All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 6 in verse 53, because what we was talking about, how he made all the beasts before he made man. All right, why? Because he said the best for last, and man had to be the one to name these things, because they had dominion. You know, don't no animal have dominion over us. You know, but the Lord can use those animals to come and jack your ass up, just like he uses Esau to jack us up when we go up his sword. You know, the Lord does what he wants. But anyway, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, and we're going to go to verse 53. It says, upon the 6th day, thou gavest commandment upon the earth that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So look, Adam, he was formed after all those other things, but he was given dominion. All right? But Yahweh, he was the first spirit of the creator, but he was given dominion over everything, but he had to earn it as well. But the Lord already put that in his spirit to do so. To come down here, to take on all our sins. Because this book is so heavy, you can't stop reading it, man. There's a lot of things that goes on in here, man. All right? But it says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because thou hast made it the world for our sakes. All right, which we just finished reading in Genesis, the first chapter. He made the world for our sakes, man. But right now we don't possess an inheritance. But he told us, man, as of me, and I shall give you the heathen for an inheritance. The earth was made for our sakes. You got to believe that. Just because you don't see what you see in front of you, you know, just like we was in Roman captivity. We was in Babylonian captivity. We was in Egyptian captivity. And now you're starting to see all these different things come on the internet, and you can actually look it up for yourself and see the captivities that you was in. You know, but now since the truth is coming out so much, they're trying to hide a lot of things, man. Put it underneath the rug. Oh, we don't want them to know that. But yo, the truth is out here. All right, it's out here. It's been out here. You can't stop it. It ain't denying. It's no denying it. Okay. But this is just one thing to go back to the beginning. All right. Let's take it back to the beginning, because it's a new beginning coming. The same way that they talk about now. Oh yeah, we got what they saying. The Great Reset. That's what people talking about, the Great Reset. What's the Great Reset? The Lord taking this place out and put Israel back in power, man. All right? That's really what's about to happen. And that's really what you're seeing. All right? But, let's go here. It says, here it goes, verse 55, back in 2nd Ezra 6 and 55, it says, all these have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us, but we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance which the world, how long shall this endure? And yo, we're not supposed to have an inheritance with this world. All right, because it's different worlds, man. All right, so Ezra's asking like, yo, why we don't got a possession in this world? What's going on, bro? Shalom. He asking, he's like, yo, why we don't got a possession in this world? Why? Because this world wasn't made for us. It says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. You know? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So these wicked ass people out here, the wicked is who? Esau. You know? And you can go into what's Genesis when it goes into the Dukes of Edom, when you really want to go into the history of the Edomites, which everything is on paper. Alright? Everything is on paper. Just like they put us on paper and everything like that, they on paper as well. But they're on paper with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harachakadash. So let's hop back in 2nd Ezra chapter 3. Alright? In verse 7 it says, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointed death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. All right? I'm going to read that again because that's heavy, man. Because what? Because of the woman, what it tells you. Or the woman came to begin to sin. You know? She was the one that first transgressed, and because of her, we all died, man. You know? And the Lord is showing you that right now. And why you think that, man, like a couple weeks ago, I kept asking people that came out here. I said, yo, what's your biggest fear? You know? And they said, death. Death and heights. But mainly it was death. Why are you scared of death? You should be scared of that. Not even be scared of the woman, but you should be on more point. You're more scared of death than the woman, but because of the woman is the beginning of death, man. You know? So let's read that again. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and 7. It says, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way. Which love thy way, follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, which he gave us from the beginning. That's how you're supposed to conduct yourself. What not to eat. What not. Yo, the Lord always told you what to do, man. He always told us. But guess what? These dudes started listening to those women. And matter of fact, it was a video that came out earlier I saw today. You know, when the woman was talking about how, you know, this dude shouldn't even trust it in her. He was like, yo, he saw the charges that I had. I did this, I did that. I did all the things that they said it would. But he was like, yo, he didn't trust. She used the word Jesus. But that's spiritual, because she like, yo, he should have trusted in his God. And if you trust in Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harachakadash, study and to show yourself approved and everything, you're not going to fall for that. So this guy ended up leaving from his state, going to another state to be with this woman, and I guess she put him to death, man. And you had the news come out there to interview. She's like, I don't know if it was a fake or whatever, but hey, man, these things happen. You know? Those things happen. For what? Not following and listening to the Lord. Because we all have rules, we all have instructions, man. As it says in the book of Proverbs, it says what? Man's goings is of the Lord. How could a man therefore understand his own way? You know? But going back in the 2nd Ezra, chapter 3, and we're going to go to verse 8. It says, and every people walked after their own will and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. So, yo, all our people, they despise our commandments. Yo, they despise Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harachakadash's commandments, man. They wanted to do their own thing. They thought that they knew better. Going back into the Genesis. That's why we're going back into the beginning of things. To see, yo, matter of fact, not just to see where we at, because we know now. You know, but just to further push the point, because you gotta, yo, this truth is repetitive. All right, you gotta keep bringing things out, bring it 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 out. Because Jake is hard-headed, man. Jake is hard-headed. And what it tells you, in the world, yo, a hard head makes a soft ass. Meaning, yo, you got a hard head, you can get jacked up for that, man. you're going to get your ass whipped. You don't want to listen? Especially if you want to his, man. Because he's going to sit your ass down where he can get your attention. Because he's in control of all these things, man. He even controls the jailhouses, the gatekeepers at the jailhouses, man. Which he could put your ass in. When he want to sit you down and get your attention. You can't go nowhere then. You got to listen. You know? And what you going to do? A true man going to, no, man, let me start reading. You know? And not reading that bullshit that the niggas in there be reading, man. The Lord knows how to get your attention, man. And he's always going to do it every single time. All right? But it says, let's keep going. Because I know I got a lot of points I want to hit. But it says, and again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood. You see that? It says, in process of time. All right? Matter of fact, it says that, right? Because I know I just bought this out. But matter of fact, cop back in there. It says, and again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyedest them. It says in process of time. And I did a video a while ago, called Trusting the Process. All right, I just did a video not too long ago, the other day, called One Day at a Time. All right, so one day at a time, what that just said, it says, and again in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwell in the world, and destroyedest them. Okay? In process of time. But it tells you the vision is yet for an appointed time. It tells you since judgment is not expediently, you know, since judgment is not expediently, these people, they still are, they sin. They just do what the hell they want to do, man. You know? But forgive me, man, I'm trying to get this phone to work so bad. There you go, come. Come. Bear with me. Just forgive me, bear with me. Just to prove this point. And that's why, like, our people, they do everything. And yo, the scriptures they're plain, they're plain, man. Just bear with me, forgive me. Bear with me. Baba Kasha. I'm going to get it. Ooh. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 9 and 12. Alright? Yo, come, call out y'all got some outside. 9 and 12. That's what we just said, what the process, right? Ecclesiastes 9 and 12, Sirach 9 and 12. Now I'm going to hop, but I want to read that scripture again. All right, Sirach 9 and 12. Go. Let's go back here real quick, all right? It's a lot to begin with. So this is Second Ezra chapter 3. In verse 9 it says, and again in process of time thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwell in the world and destroyedest them. All right, so in the process of time, the Lord took his time. All right, I was looking for it since judgment is not expedient, but I got another one. All right, you know, which the Lord, that's the process of time, because you're not going to just keep coming out here sinning, doing whatever the hell you want, doing whatever you big and bad enough to do, and the Lord is not going to check your ass, man. All right. So this is I got a couple. Let's go to Sirach chapter 9 verse 12 first. I got another one. Sirach 9 and 12. Which reads, matter of fact, yo, let's go here. Sirach 9 and 11. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. All right? So it says, envy not a sinner, for thou know what. I'm going to read it again. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. And yo, these people, like, we can't be out here envying your Jay-Z's, man. Your Kim, your Kanye West's and all that. Like, yo, I wish I was in. No, man, you don't envy that. You know, because yo, the Lord, nothing goes unpunished, man. You know, we gotta stay in our lane, know that we're doing the right thing, and just fight for righteousness. Alright? The fight is always for righteousness. And it's going to continue to be for that until this place is done. Alright? It's going to continue to be like that until this place is done. And this place falls, because Babylon is about to fall, contrary to popular belief, man. You know? Even though it may look like it's not falling, and these people is winning, they're not winning, man. That's what the scripture is telling you. They're not winning. All right? It tells you, Shlaki. I'm going to start it again. Sirach chapter 9, verse 11. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. Alright? So for you guys that like to still stay in the world and do worldly things, man, and chase this place, and call yourself in the truth, you got one foot in the truth and one foot in the world. It don't work like that, because guess what? The Most High is seeing that, man. And you are you're lukewarm, man. You're lukewarm. You really ain't caring about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Harachakwadash. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. You know, of course you have to do what you have to do in this world, because it tells you to use this world but don't abuse it. Alright? You use the world but you don't abuse the world. But you got men that abuse this place, man. You know? So I'm going to read that again because that's a banger. Sirach chapter 9 and verse 11, it says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Delight not in this thing that is ungodly. Have pleasure, Salaki. It says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. So nothing goes unpunished, man. The ultimate judgment is death, man. Yo, our thoughts is not the Lord's thoughts. Our ways is not the Lord's ways, man. You know? None of that. But we can't envy these fools because, oh, man. The Lord got everything under control, man. And that's something that we have to believe. Man, Salaki. All right, it says, bad, Khan. Verse 13, it says, keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So, yo, the Lord is putting us in. Just like, yo, matter of fact, you get the scripture where it says, we're sheep in the midst of wolves. He sends us as sheep in the midst of wolves, man. You know, you have to be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove, man. You have to use wisdom when it comes to this place, man. Because yo, this is the valley of the shadow of death. So at any given time, you can be put to death, man. You know, you got to remember those things. And you have to use, I'm going to say it again, you have to use wisdom, man. Because without wisdom, you don't have nothing. You know? I'm going to read that again. That's heavy. It says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. And who's that talking about? It's talking about Esau, ultimately. He's the one that has the power to kill. He's the one that's the Lord's sword, man. You stay far away from him, his traditions and his customs. You know? Because what? He has the power to put you to death, man. And like I just quoted, you agree with your enemy, you agree with your adversary while he's in that way. Because what? He has the authority, basically the authority to put you in jail, man. You know, not saying, yo, everything that he says, oh yeah, just agree with him because, you know, he's in power right now. No. All right? That's not it. It says, where we at? It says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the Salaki. It says, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault. Alright, so yo, they got the power to put us to death. They got the power to do all that. But yo, you stay away from that and you just trust in your high by Hashem Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh. You stay, you teach your people, man. Alright? You teach your people. Because our people is in the fucking coma, man. They fucking dead, man. You just look at these niggas. Done. You know? But it says, what's up, brother? Oh, sure, man. It says, verse, verse 13, it says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him presently, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. So, yo, that's on, yo, you go in the midst of snares, because this man brings a whole lot of traps. It's like he brought out the C-19. Oh, yo, get the Jag, the Yakada, this, that. Look how many people have felt that's a snare. You know? So you don't, matter of fact, what it said? It says, keep thee far from the man that have power to kill, so you stay away from that dude. You avoid him. Now, how you know that? Let's go here real quick. Let's go to Sirach 12 and hold on, 12 and here you go. So Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, and which they did, they tried to humble themselves like, oh, yo, y'all need Vita Blacks. You know, they got a whole bunch of bull crap working with it, man. And everything that they do is not for our benefit. That they actually get enemies. You walk around these people, man, they get enemies, man. But that don't mean lash out at them. You can't do all that. You still move. It's just for your awareness, so you know who you're dealing with, and you know how to move accordingly, man. You have to be wise. You have to use wisdom, because you tell an average dude in the hood, yo, that's your enemy. He gonna really pull a gun. Oh, let me go gun him down. Nah, you can't do that, man. Because that means you jump the gun and you're going against the Lord, man. You know? Which that's going to bring me to my next scripture. But it says, never trust our enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So what they do when you got slavery, right? They telling you, oh, just forget about it. This is that. Now they saying they gave people reparations in California. That's that wipe, that looking glass. You wipe the rust away, but it's still there. You know, that rust is still there, man. See, look at it, man. Reaping the benefits of their kingdom. That's what they supposed to do. You know? But you got some of them that's probably Israelites. Who knows? We just looking at the flesh of that people. You know? Because our people, hey man, we are scattered amongst all nations on the globe, man. So you can't just look at a person, oh, he's this, he's that. You can't do that. You know? It's a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? But yo, it's just, like I said, it's that looking glass, so you wipe it, his rust has not altogether gone away, man. Because he's still that same devil that want to put you to death. And yo, matter of fact, look at Bill Gates. I just seen the video about this dude today. When there was a lady that was interviewing him, and she was basically saying how she was like, oh well, she said. She asked him, though, so I forgot what she asked him, but he was like, "Oh, you might not know who I am. I'm the owner." Basically, saying he was the owner or the creator of Microsoft, and she cut his ass up. She was like, "Oh no, you didn't." She was like, "You stole it from such and such." She said his name and everything, and he was looking stupid, like, "Damn, how she know that?" Then he tried to back it up by saying, well, you know, everything. Like, basically, he tried to justify the reason why he took it, like he can make it better. So you can't make that statement saying that you created it. You ain't creating nothing. You just took it from somebody and you're reaping the benefits. The same way that they took this land from us, but it was given to them through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Which, matter of fact, let me get that real quick while I'm on that. Trying to think of how to word it. But I know it's told you that matter of fact I got it. Take it to this one. There we go. Go to Isaiah. 10th chapter. You understanding, like these people, they don't understand that the Lord puts everything into the earth belongs to him. That's true. So he can do whatever he wants with it. It ain't up to us to how we feel. Our personal opinion. Isaiah 10 and this is Isaiah. Man, yo. This is Isaiah chapter 10. And start at verse let you know how this man is. But the scriptures tell you everything about this guy. All right, better first we're going to go ahead. Isaiah chapter 10, 13. It says, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. So basically, this guy, this devil is telling you that everything, the reason why he came over here, raped, robbed, and murdered the people, he's saying that he did it on his own will, on his own time, that it was in the strength of his hand to do so. You know, which that's completely false. All right? But here have you believe that if you don't know the scripture. You know? That's why you gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know what type of how you say what type of animal that you're dealing with, man. But this guy is a liar, man. He's a liar. He's been lying from the beginning. That's his whole duty to lie to us, man. All right? I'm gonna read that again. It's Isaiah chapter 10 and 13. It says, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, by my wisdom. But who gave him the wisdom to do that? All right? It's a lot on this. That's just one verse alone. It says, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put them down. Slaki. It says, I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. So let's go here real quick. It just says he removed the bounds, right? That's what you're not supposed to do. Because our people, what they do, they put up landmarks, right? Let's go here. Matter of fact, it's a couple of them. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 19 and 14, and then we're going to hop back into that. Isaiah. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 19 and verse 4. It says, and this is the case. Hold on, stop. Again. 14. 19 and 14. I always do it. I'm dyslexic sometimes, man. It's 19 and 14. Deuteronomy chapter 19 and 14, it says, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power giveth thee to possess it. Yeah, so you're not supposed to allow, if this was my land, and I put a landmark there, and we had, going back to, what's that, Jerusalem, right? And if you look on the map, like in this Bible, that's why I like this Bible a lot, man. Because in the back it has, right? You got the map. And it tells you where these people was living at. Idumea, which is what's that, the Edomites, Judea, Judah, all that. It tells you, and it gives you the timeline of where those people were living in. Now you also have what they did. You got Samaria, Sinai, like all the house that we took. The first Exodus, which is all this is written about, but it's giving you the route that we took and everything, and where we had to go in 40 years and everything. But when you think about that, they removed our landmarks. So you used to have on the map, the ancient maps that said and so to this day, the presidents know about that. It was the land of Judah, and it says that. They got a door. I think it's a red door. It's just in the middle of nowhere, but that was our land and everything, which they took from us. Yo, the whole Saudi Arabia, all that belongs to us, man. Jerusalem, all that land, which you can see right here, show it to you. It belongs to us, which the Lord is going to restore. But they removed the landmarks, man. So what you think is going to happen to them? All that land you got right here, this is the western part of Africa. But all this land right here, Mesopotamia, all that belongs to us. That's what you call the Garden of Eden. Like when you really look it up, that's our land. They just try to give you that little they try to give you that little piece. Jerusalem, but that's the mother of it all. That's like the heart. But just like you got Philadelphia, right? The whole city. You had a heart of Philly, which they try to say is Tennessee. A lot of people say different things, but you always have the heart of something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this where it started. You know what I'm saying? So Philadelphia started somewhere. When William Penn and all his ancestors came over and took this place over, it started somewhere. And that was the heart, and they just branched off. So you get the whole Pennsylvania. You got Philadelphia, but if they branch off to the whole Pennsylvania, man. You know, so you can say, yo, Philadelphia, they just give you Philadelphia, but the whole Pennsylvania belongs to you. You know? But they removed our landmark. So going back, I'm going to read that again. Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 14, it says, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old have set in time Salak, and thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua our power giveth thee to possess it. So the Lord gave all of us an inheritance. He gave us all land that we supposed to have. How do you know that? You go to Deuteronomy, but it said he divided the nations, right? But before I go to that, let's stay on this topic real fast. We go to Proverbs 22:28. Just real quick. Proverbs 22. Bear with me real quick. There we go. Trying not to lose my spot. Other thing. Proverbs 22. That's 28. But you're just going back up. The same scripture I just brought out. Alright, Proverbs 22. Go. 22 and 28. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 28. It says, remove not the ancient landmarks which thy fathers have set. Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before mean men. So you're not supposed, that's another one to back it up. You're not supposed to move. Just like, here in Philadelphia, right? I think it was a couple years ago on I-95. They found like it was a piece that fell down, and they found out that underneath that I-95 was actually an Indian burial ground. You know what I'm saying? So you driving over top of graves, you ain't supposed to do all that shit. But they don't care because they don't have no type of compassion for the ones that was here. All they try to do is build up their kingdom. So the same thing that they did to us is going to be double to them, because they're going to catch the same type of situation. Man. You know, you can't do something to a people and think that that nothing's going to happen at all. You know, the Lord has, like, matter of fact, check it out. Real fast, just to back that up. This one right here is one of my favorites. And that's something I gotta, myself personally, you gotta, here, yep. It's a couple of them. So I want this one right here. We're going to go to Psalms chapter 2 and verse 4. All right. book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 4. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 1. It's the Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and against his anointed." Man. So that's why you have the FBI watching us. You got the CIA, all these people is watching us. Why? Because we out here telling the truth. They don't want us out here waking our people up. But they know once they really looking for it. They know a lot of our people not going to get it, but they really want the elect. The ones, that's why it says his anointed. Right, I'm going to read that again. It says, "Why do the heathen rage? And why the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together." So it says the rulers, so who's ruling this place? They take counsel together. They sit down. Yo, and if you think I'm lying, let's think back to Donald Trump. When he's back in the news, he's on a major thing. But he said he's going to get those doomsday prophets off the street. So why would he say that? They wasn't saying that Ronald Reagan time. They wasn't saying that Obama time. You know what I'm saying? But now we've been out here since what? We've been out here since going back to Abba Bivens time. We've going back to 60s, right? But going back to this time, when the apostles came out in 2007. So from 2007 to now, it's been going hard, man. And all the prophecies being like coming to pass and everything, so they're mad. They like, damn, how these niggas know who they are? How they get that sign? How they this, that? Because they know it, and they hid it from us. You know, all you gotta do is just research stuff. They know exactly who we are. Them people, when they come from overseas and all that, and they get here, they know exactly who you are, man. Because they've been told, they know it, but they can't tell you. But they know. And when you start talking to them, they look at you like, oh, this nigga's a woke. But they don't want to talk to you about it because they was told not to. You know? A lot of these people, you look at a lot of these people that's going to these colleges now, they're not from here. They're from overseas, man. You know? A lot of them. And I'll be listening to them when I work around them, and I listen to them talk, I'll be like, damn, like, that's crazy. Oh, you think you're going to be the next? Like a dude asked me, he was like, remember when I asked you how long you was doing security, and I told him how long, and he was like, well, he's a young guy. This guy got to be like, I give him 18, 19 tops. He was like, well, when you going to get a pension? I don't mean to disrespect you, but when you going to be able to retire? And I'm like, damn, yo, bro, like, that time came and passed. We ain't getting that no more here. We working in vain, man. The only work that you do is this right here. Why? Because the words of this Bible is never going to pass. This is the real work. It's never going to fail us. This is what we're putting. We're putting our time in. It's like you do your 40 hours or however many hours you do a week. Put those in, and at the end of the week, you get paid. We're putting our hours in now, our time in. So when the Lord comes back, He's going to pay us. You know, that's the real money right there. That's what you want. You know? But going back in Psalms chapter 2, and verse 2 again, it says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us, man. That's crazy, man. They want to completely destroy us, man. They don't want us to be out here. And matter of fact, I just seen a video with this guy. I don't advise that you follow him because he's completely off. But he was like, yeah, man. He said we gotta, what did he say? We gotta put all these white people to death. That's the only way because they want to kill us. We know that, but the only way to combat that, turn back to the Lord. You can't physically get into that, man. When you go into Romans, the 13th chapter, it tells you that every man be subject to his master, or whatever, to a higher power, right? And that's what Donald Trump, he already used that scripture. My mom hit me with that number. I'm like, dang. I was like, Mom, like, listen, man, Like what you talking about, but the Lord, we can read it, but I was gonna get into that. But the Lord's arrangement is already set up, man. You know? All right, go ahead, brother. You safe, man. But it says, going back, forgive me, man, I gotta, you know. Salak, forgive me. But which I'm a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to grab that Romans 13 next. But it says where we at? Yo, and this, yo, this shit I wanted, man. But it says, let us break their bands asunder. And what's our bands? Our bands is our armies, man. All right, when you come out, you got these different camps and all that. That's your armies, man. But the ultimate armies is what? In the heavens, man. You know? When you see those different lights and all that, and with people, they're scared of them. When Yahweh Shah said what? He said, man, I could call a legion of angels, man. What was that? That was his armies, man. You know? To come down here and do what? To come down here and tear these kids up. You know? That's what the Lord was talking about. Alright? But it says, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So they don't, like I said, the brother, they don't want you to be known at all. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and Yahweh Shem shall have them, and Salaki. Let me read that again. Forgive me, I'll get hype. Psalms 2 and 4, it says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh Shem shall have them in derision. And that's what he has a lot of these people in derision now. Because what they're doing is setting up their new world order. They have the CBDC, right? The central bank, all that. They got their little plans together that they want. You know, you have you got a whole bunch of things going on, man. You know, right now that these people have. And they setting these things up thinking that they're going to be the next superpower. What you got? Russia, you got China. They're linking up together. You going to what, Ezekiel? You know, you got all these different nations. They're linking up, trying to combat America. You know? They want to fight against America. But the Lord is putting the spirit on it. And y'all, that's why I did that video one day at a time. Because every day we wake up, another prophecy. We hear about another prophecy. There's been times that you ain't hear about prophecy. I remember when we first came in. But when I first came in, man, you know, you got men that came, like you might have had a prophecy come every couple years, man. But now what's going on, brother? But you have prophecy now that's being fulfilled, like, yo, back to back to back to back. And the major prophecy that we're waiting for is what? The MOT to the B, man. The mark of the beast, what everybody's talking about. You know? That's one of the major ones. And that's next. That's why you got the CBDC. You got all those things that's set up in line to make itself manifest. But yo, it says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, Yahweh Shem shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. He gonna vex, that mean he gonna jack your ass up, man. You know, in his sore displeasure, because why? He's displeased with this place. And you got some dudes, they want you to think that the Lord is displeased with you. You know? But the Lord is displeased with this place, and that's why he's bringing his judgments to come to pass right now. You know? Which they're going to come to pass. And there's no stopping. All right? Y'all bear me, forgive me. Yo, forgive me. I'm looking at the scripture, but I got a couple, okay? But the Lord says he's gonna laugh, man. All right. It says, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I declare the decree. Yahweh Shemashah hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. All right. So the Lord, amen. He set up Yahweh Shah to be the ultimate king of Israel. You got King David that's set up underneath Yahweh Shah. All right. But let's go here. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, right? Forgive me. We're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 4:18. Going back into that laughter. Yeah. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 4. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, verse 18. Matter of fact, let's start at verse let's start at verse 15. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 15. It says 15. It says this the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their mind, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he has respect. Let's start that over again because it's a little madness, all right? It says, this the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints. All right, it said his grace and his mercy is with his saints. And who are the saints? The saints are the Israelites. All right? But the top saints are who? The top saints are the elect. It's starting with the elect. His grace and his mercy is with his elect, starting with his elect. But ultimately, it's going to be all Israel. All right? Ultimately, it's going to be all Israel, man. Okay? Because all Israel is going to be saved at the end of the day. Whether you believe it or not. You can go to these places and do whatever and do this and do that and party and bullshit and all that. But at the end of the day, guess what, man? The Most High is about to come and destroy this place, man. So have fun, party it up, bullshit it up, and do whatever you want to do. Because ultimately, man, the other nations is going into slavery. The Lord is laughing at you ones that's plotting on us. The same way, hey man, the men's Lord is laughing. The slacking. The men of the Lord is laughing the same way, man. Because the Lord is putting spirits on his men that, yo, man, hey man, yo, you gotta repent, man. You sit here and you think about the things that's coming, you know, but you like, man, yo, at least the Lord had enough mercy to wake you up and have you understand it. Not just understand it, but his men, he has his men living it, man. You know, catching hell, going through this, going through that. Being persecuted wrongfully. You know, having brothers, offenses being brought upon you, man. You know? But at the end of the day, yo, you in good company, man. And just keep pushing and moving. You know? Because the ones that's doing that, you don't have to worry about. The ones that's doing those type of things and everything, they're held accountable for that, man. Not you. Alright? You're not held accountable. Alright? But it says, let's go back. Where was we at? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. Where was that? Verse 15. It says, "This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is upon his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen." You see that he hath respect unto his chosen. It says, many are called, few are chosen. Now, how does he have respect to his chosen? Because the elect's sins are forgiven, man. You know, they've been predestined from the beginning of time. All right? And that's where the respect comes in. Why? Because he knows that those men are really genuinely, what's that song? You're always on my mind. You know, the elect, to the elect, the Lord is always on their mind, man. Not the cares of this world, not this job, just doing the work. The Lord is always on their mind. No matter which situation they're in, the Lord is always on their mind, man. You know? So these people out here, man, you know, it's late night. I wasn't going to come up, but the Spirit was like, hey, man, just go out there. All right? Because as long as this word goes out, this doctrine goes out, that's all that matters, man. You know? And this is for the elect. This ain't for everybody. And I'm going to read that again. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and verse 15. It says, "This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up this in their hearts, shalak in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen." All right, he has respect unto his chosen. It says, "Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living." You see that? The righteous that is dead. So when, like, high priest, bun, lawyer, and the ones that passed on that was in the proper doctrine, when they pass on and go into the spirit world, they're complaining to the Lord. They're complaining to him, "Lord, what are you going to do about this man? What are you going to do about the ungodly? Bring him down." You know? They're complaining about him. Just like the ones that's still here physically, we're complaining about this wicked man. We want him to go down. We want his time to be up. But hey, it's a process, and it's one day at a time, man. One prophecy at a time until we get to the kingdom. And that's what you got to put your mindset in. One prophecy at a time, one day at a time. 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time. Just keep moving forward and keep doing the work until that day comes, man. So that you'll be found in a good light. All right? That you'll be found in the proper light, the good light. On the right side of the prophecy, man. Not on the wrong side. You know? But it says, forgive me. It says, thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living, and the youth that is soon perfected the many years and old age of the unrighteous. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand that the Most High in his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have set him in safety. Then shall see him and despise him, but the Most High shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass and a reproach among the dead forevermore. So the Most High is going to laugh them to scorn, man. You know? The Lord is going to laugh at all you niggas, man, when your fear cometh, man. You know? Matter of fact, let's go here. Matter of fact, cunt, let's go ahead to Proverbs 1 and 26. Forgive me. What the fuck, nigga? They ain't getting out the car. Proverbs chapter 1. I can't wait till the Lord start bringing judgment to you damn fucking heathens, man. On a high level. I'm tired of y'all harassing us. But yo, hey, one day at a time. Keep your composure. Because why? Proverbs chapter 1. And matter of fact, let's go to verse 22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning? And fools hate knowledge. So you fools, you hate the knowledge that we come out here in the highways and hedges and bring out, man. All right? You hate it. Why? Because you like, I don't know. But you hate what we say. You hate the fact that we're bringing it out. Because you want to be, you still want to be ignorant, you want to be dumb, you want to stay in gross darkness, man. And because you want to stay in gross darkness, the Lord is going to keep you there, man. You know? You're not going to get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures. Because the Lord didn't give it to you, it wasn't ordained for you to have, man. So what you going to get? What you got? Nothing. You're going to get death, destruction, and whatever else is to come. And to be in derision with these people that think that their kingdom is going to last forever. It's contrary to popular belief, America is done. And yo, this is about to be a communist country basically because they don't want you to speak out against their government. Because now you got what? World War III coming, right? Which if you try to say anything against them, they're going to lock you up. Try to talk out the Bible for you Christians too, but mainly it's for the Israelites, man, that know that they're Israelites. That's talking the truth, and not just that, that's telling the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaRachak Kodash. Right? That's why they're making all these different laws, man, and they're pushing them into play, using the power of the pen, you know, to put them out there, so the people to keep you in constant fear. That's why the Lord told you, fear not the one that can kill the body, you know, but fear the one that can kill the body and soul right here in hell, man. You know? So you niggas is fucking crazy, man. But it tells you anyway. It says, where was that? Verse 22. And yo, that's what you are simple. You love simplicity, the simple things of this place. As long as you can get by, because you know, you have people that actually don't watch the news, man. They be like, I don't watch the news. Why you don't watch the news? It's too depressing. Why you say it's depressing? Because you do not want truth. All right? You want to be lied to. You want smooth things to be spoken to. You want all those things. All right? When you got Russia and China linking up together. All these is chess moves, man, that the Lord is making right in front of your face. But for all these things, right, these people, matter of fact, since I mentioned that, I'm jumping around. I know I'm jumping around right now. So forgive me, but let's go here real quick. Second Ezra, 16, one of my favorites. But it's talking about the downfall of this place, man. All right? But you niggas, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to see the downfall of this place. Second Ezra, chapter 16, call line, y'all. This is Second Ezra, chapter 16, and I'm going to start at verse 17, man. Well, I always start. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? What shall I do when these evils shall come? So, yo, this is the beginning of all these things, which, yo, man, we've been telling you for a long time before these evils even started to grow on the earth. They started growing. But we telling you now, these are the beginnings. The bank crashing, the MOTB, all those things are the beginning of sorrows, man. The plagues coming. You know, the plagues is not even written in the book. You know, these are the things that Yahweh Shah warned us about. All right? But you people still think that everything's, oh, very cool. You know, everything's going to go back to normal. I was just watching a video with this guy, Gilly the Kid, K-I-D, Gilly the Kid. Now he calls himself a fucking king. You ain't no king, nigga. You know, which makes you a king? You still underneath another man's control. So you ain't no fucking king, nigga. You know? But it's telling you, man. All right? These are the beginning of sorrows, which is growing upon earth. And what are these niggas doing? I could just pan the camera around and you can see it. Still wicked, which we're going to read it. All right? Woe is me, back in 2nd Ezra 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, who will do the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, so you starting to hear about the Russia, China, Taiwan. You're hearing about the beginning of World War III. And the powers are standing in fear. That's why. Why they stand in fear? That's why they want everybody to be MOT to the B, chipped up, you know? So they can know what's going on, what you're thinking, what you're talking about. What's on, like everything. They want to know everything because they're paranoid. A paranoid person wants to know everything, man. And they're faithless. You know? They don't have no faith. They're not supposed to. The earth was given to them. Job down in 24, man. But now the Lord is about to take it away from them, man. You know? He's taking all these things away from them. And they're mad about that because they flourished for so long. And just look back in history. All you got to do is open up history books and look at those things. You know? But it says, back to verse 18, 2nd Ezra 16, 18, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wicked ways, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's my point, man. For all these things that's happening, y'all not going to turn from your wicked ways. And not think about the scourges that's for an amendment, for punishment, man. All right? So hopping back in was it Proverbs 2? No, it's like Proverbs 1 and 22. Come. Proverbs 1 and 20, so I'm going to that one. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorners, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And the Lord, and that's him having compassion, man. You know? Him basically something with you. Yo, he's telling you to turn back to him. Before all these things happen, you supposed to have been doing that. But now the Lord is about to bring the hammer down on this place, and these people still stuck in their wicked ways, still stuck in their, doing fuck shit, so to speak, But hey, man, they're held accountable for those things. All right. But it says, though hand join hand with the wicked shall not altogether go unpunished. And these people are not going to go unpunished, though it may seem like that. As a matter of fact, since I've said that, let's go back to where I started off with. Go back to 2nd Ezra 3. Because, hey, man, you be feeling like this at times, man. 2nd Ezra 3. And, let's go to, verse 4. It says, O Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who bear this rule, thou speakest and the beginning. Salak. Let me hop up some more. Matter of fact, let's go to verse 7. It says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointest death in him and his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. And every people walked after their own will and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And I brought out the scriptures going back into what? Genesis, the 1st chapter, on these things, because that takes you back to the beginning. All right? And this right here is giving you a breakdown of the way how the Lord created us, and he intended for things to be. But, he know what he created and the outcome. It's not going against his will. Everything is for his will. All right? But you have some people that try to say, oh, the scriptures, they contradict themselves. They don't contradict themselves. All right? They just tell you the truth, and you just can't understand it, man. All right? But it says, verse 8, it says, and every people walked after their own will. All right? It says, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood. See that? And that's the point. It says, in process, thou broughtest the flood. So we going through all these things right now, and it's like, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for real. Because the prophecies are started. And these are the beginning of sorrows. That's why I went into 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, to let you see, where we're standing at. All right? Don't give up. Don't lose hope, man. Keep the faith, because, we're moving forward. We're progressing. You might take a hit. Boom! Back up. You keep coming, man. Because these are devastating blows that we're taking, but at the end of the day, man, we're telling the truth, and the Lord has us, man. All right? The Lord has us, and He's the author of what's going on. So when you know those things, hey, man, all you got to do is just keep doing the work, keep your head down and stay strong and tell the truth, man. And serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rekakas, the way it was intended for you to do. And the song, all those things are written. All right? But it says, which is telling you right here, man. It says, and matter of fact, let's go back to 2nd Ezra 3 and 9. It says, and again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwell in the world and destroyedest them. So the wicked don't, that's what another thing that I quoted earlier. It says, though hand join hand with the wicked shall not altogether go unpunished. All right? Because you might, and then it says, since judgment is not expediently, that's why they still continue to be wicked, roughly paraphrasing, so forgive me if I jacked it up. But roughly paraphrasing, though hand join hand with the wicked, man, they're not going to go unpunished. But you see these things is going on, and of course, any righteous man is going to get vexed, just like Lot in his time. Lot, when he was around, he hated. Job, any man of the Lord, when you read about him in the scriptures, man, it tells you how much they hated evil and they hated wickedness, man. You know, that boiled their blood. You know, but when you talk about righteous things, they happy, yo, Mary, yo, yeah, yo, Lord, that's how you're supposed to be. But when you hear about wickedness, so that shit makes you, but you have to rule your spirit as well, because we understand the times that we living in and where we living in. Just like every prophet in his time and his era, when he was coming up, he understood. But that don't mean that he didn't hate evil. He didn't hate wickedness, man. You know, but you can't blow up in that crazy, because that you're going against the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Ba'ashem HaRechakwadash. Alright? It says, where we at? Verse 10. Verse 10. It says, and it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. So, yo, the Lord brought judgment to him. Just because you think you're getting away with something now, don't think that you're going to get away with forever, man. No, because judgment has to come. Because the Lord is a man that he cannot lie, man. The Lord don't lie about nothing. Whatever he said is going to happen is going to happen. How they say, you better bet your bottom dollar on that. You know? The Lord is righteous. Righteous. All right, it says, I'm going to read that again. Verse 10, it says, and it came to pass in every of them that death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Nevertheless, of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. All right? So that's telling you, man, that Noah, you know, oh, snap. Oh, it's crazy. I'm standing in front of the bank. Forgive me with my train of thought, but this guy, man, he just came. They got now on the banks, you gotta slide your card in and pull it out because they got the chip on it. But now this is the first time I ever saw that. But they got that technology. This is going to the MO to the T to the B. But he put his phone on it, right? Tapped it, and the door opened for him. That's where we're moving into. We're moving into that. We already in that technology. You know, they just have to implement it and make it mandatory. All right. And once they do that, game over. Things are going to lightning speed, man. Things are already moving fast, man. But it's really going lightning speed. But forgive me, man. Just wanted to just share that because I saw. I'm like, man, that's crazy. But it's not crazy, but we already know these things. It says, nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. All right. It says, because what, you got the bloodline of Shem, you got Japheth, and you got what's that? Ham. You got Ham, Japheth, and Shem. Shem, which the righteous men come from. All right. It says, that's where they get that anti-Semitic bullshit that they talking about. If you wanted to be technical, it's anti-Shemitic, which we come from Shem, so how could we be against ourselves, man? You know? That's how you know this devil is a liar, and he's always trying to flip to anti-Semitic. Don't talk about, yo, this how you know we busting their ass too. Because I was at work, and I sent a picture, I had a shopping cart, and they had a sticker on there that said, don't, what it say? Basically, it was talking about going against Amalek. It said, help us fight against anti-Semiticism. Which, yo, how a lot of, well, they've been saying that shit, but who they set up? Kanye West. But you don't even hear nothing about Kanye West really. I just seen something else about him today. Where it was a picture that said 2024. Keep America great, and it was his picture on there. It was that nigga say he was trying to run for president. You know? He said he was going to do that. You know? But look, man, the Lord is not the author of confusion, and he sets all these things up, man. So you can look at all that, like, look at this guy, but yo, all that shit he got everything popping. Then he disappeared. But you know he's being taken care of. And I see that he had a new song out. But everybody got away from him. For all I know, the dude could be dead, he could be a clone, who knows, man. I really don't give a shit. And all he doing was you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So everything he did is going with the truth because the Lord set him up. If he's a stumbling block, he's a stumbling block. But the righteous men, the elect, they're not going to fall for that bullshit that he kicking, man. You know? But anyway, it says, where we at? Going into verse 12. 2nd Ezra 3 and 12, it says, and it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply and had gotten them many children. It says it had gotten them many children. Salaki, where I'm at? Verse 12. It says, and it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply and had gotten them many children and a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first. So our people always, they go off with some bullshit. The Lord has mercy on you. He sets you up again. He tells you, just follow my laws as a commandment. And you still do the bullshit. Just like right here in Babylon, but this is the last time you ever going to disrespect Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaRachak right here, man. This is the last time you ever going to do that shit. And for you damn heathens, man, you're gonna recognize who the hell his men are, man. You know? Matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. Since I said that, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, 5. Right? Here we go. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and 3, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life as life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot is among the saints, right? And what they have now, they are talking about what we just passed, St. Patrick's Day, which they put up pictures of these Edomites to be saints, but the saints they our color, they're dark skinned people, all right. They're not pale, they're not none of that. All the saints are brown skinned people, man. But you go into the scriptures, the saints, all right. Matter of fact, look at New Orleans Saints helmets. They're golden. But that's like a brown color, man. With the lily on it. But they got the black jerseys and all that. Man, they telling you, man. There's so many things, man. A lot of things they telling you. You look at the Russian icons, who the saints were, man. Who they worship and all that. All right? They worship the Israelites, man. And that's going to come back to that time where they're going to worship us again. The same way that we worship Yahweh Shah, and it's starting with the elect, man. But at first you have to be drugged through the mud. You have to be tried as that gold is tried in the fire, man. To see if you're able to withstand it and handle that, man. Because you got men that talk about it, but they're not really about it, man. But it says, going back, it says, verse 5, back in Wisdom of Solomon 5:5, it says, how is he numbered among the children of God, the Most High, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. So that's the heathen, like, damn, we fucked up. Righteousness hasn't shined on us, man. It hasn't. Y'all go against everything that is righteous. Thus, y'all want to put us in caves, man. Y'all want to. Matter of fact, y'all want to put us in caves. Y'all just want to kill us, man. Let's keep it real, man. Y'all want to kill the elect. The same way y'all always wanted to do in the ancient times, going all the way back to Moses, man. Matter of fact, let's go all the way back to Adam. That's y'all MO. If you ain't with us, You against, put them to death. But then y'all try to blame the righteous, man. Y'all try to blame the ones that's just telling the truth. Crying out to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaRechakwadash. Like that song, man, you only looking for the innocent to blame. And who's the innocent? The innocent is the saints. Starting with the elect, man, of our society, of our nation. But ultimately, Yahweh Shai, you got King David and his men, man. The righteous, man. You know? The saints of the Israelites. Even though you got 2/3 of our people that's jacked up, they're still saints, but they have to, and that's why the Lord is going to have to deal with them righteously and accordingly. Spank their ass. You know? Because his thoughts is not our thoughts, his ways are not our ways, man. So he knows he created us, we ain't created ourselves, and he knows exactly what he's doing. We have to trust in him. That's why Yahweh Shah is who he is. And what he told us, he said, trust in Yahweh, man. Why did he say that? Because look what he had. Look what he did when he was here, man. All right? Shalaki, let's go back into 2nd Ezra 3. And 13, it says, now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham. Abraham, see? Going back to Abraham, right? It says, him thou lovest, and unto him only thou shootest thy will. See, because the Lord shows his will to men, man. So these dudes that sitting there talking about, oh, I can't learn from no man, I'm about Yahweh Shai, and this, that. Yo, you full of shit. And you disrespectful. You think that the Lord came and sat down in your ass and talked to you? No, you learn from me. What's that, 1 Peter? See if I can find, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 1 Peter 2:20 or maybe 1:20. Bear with me, let me see if I can grab it real quick. Just to bring this point out real fast. Right, because you got a lot of dudes, this 2 might be 7. Hey, yo, this, our women really listen to this, man. I don't own the rights to that song, man. Alright? And I'm outside, but they playing this bullshit. And I guarantee you it's a nigga woman in there playing that. But all right, con. So like 2 Peter 1. Yeah, I knew it. All right, 2 Peter 1:20. I always get that a little mixed up, so forgive me. But this is 2 Peter 1:20. All right, now going back into what we just read about, he gave it to Abraham, right? In 2 Peter 1:20, it says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of private interpretation. All right, check it out. It says, for verse 21, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost. All right, so and look, let's read this real quick again. Going back into 2nd Ezra 3, and where was we at? Going to Abraham. All right, 2nd Ezra 3:13. No. 3:13, it says, now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou shootest thy will. So it says, unto him only thou shootest thy will, and that was in that time. So now, all the prophets are back, so he's showing it to his men again. All right, wherever he had them scattered, wherever he has them set up and everything. And what are they doing? They're coming out telling the truth, doing the same thing that they was in that time, right? So it says, verse 15, it says, and made us an everlasting covenant with you. See that? It says, and made us an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. So the Lord is a man, he shall not lie. He said he promised him. He said, made an everlasting covenant with him, man. He promised him. He gave him the promise, man. Who was the promise? The promise came through Isaac, which Isaac is Yahweh, man. Alright? Which is a lot of ways to prove that, from the way he was about to be sacrificed. As what? A sin offering. Basically, he's put on the altar. But it wasn't that time for him to get sacrificed. Everything in our lives, or our existence, or our lives, or ages, is for us. It's building us up into that ultimate time. Like right now, we're built up for what? This time right here. When we were born in this age, we was built for what's to come. Starting with his elect, man. Was built for that time, man. All right? So it's a lot, man. You got to take in. And these men right here, in their time, they was built for what? They was built for the times that they was in. All right? That's why they got the revelations. And, right now they got the revelations now, because now they understand. But it all started, like, look how many incarnations that Yahweh had. Look at John the Baptist, man. All the men of the Lord, they was here before it, man. All right, now they back here again. But how many times have they been here? We don't know. But our ancestors and all that, they knew. That's why I told you in the scriptures how, our forefathers talk about we are our forefathers, man. We are those men, man. The same way that they was calling for Yahweh's death back then, the same way they're doing it now through their actions. All right? And the Lord is about to cast serious judgment, which he already started on his place. But these people, man, they're in gross darkness, man. They have no clue. No matter how much we come out here and we talk to them and tell them. But that's our lot and that's their lot, not to get it. All right? But anyway, going back in the 2nd Ezra, chapter 3. And, where we say, okay, verse 15, it says, and made us an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac thou gavest Jacob and Esau. All right? It says, and as for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, and so Jacob became a great multitude. All right? So, hey, man, this is about Jacob and Esau. All right? Ultimately, but you got to have extras in all these other different nations around to be the fillers, but they're not the main attraction. They're not the main characters, so to speak. But they think they want to be, they want to be in that light, but they're not. That's just the bottom line. That's what it is, man. All right? It says, matter of fact, it says, verse 16 again, back in 2nd Ezra 3 and 16, it says, and unto him thou gavest Isaac, and Isaac thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and by Esau, and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude, and it came to pass that when thou leddest his seed out of Egypt, thou broughtest them up to the Mount Sinai, right? So the Lord led us out of Egypt. He brought us to Mount Sinai for what? Give us the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? And he traveled us through the wilderness. And he brought us out of Egypt, right? We're the seed of who? Abraham. Abraham. All right? Abraham in the Hebrew. Abraham in the Hebrew, that's who we're the seeds of. We're the descendants of him. All right? You know? We're his descendants. Direct descendants, bloodline. I'm talking about blood, man. This ain't no, oh, well, I just think I'm a... No, we're blood, man. All right? That same blood that pumped through his veins pumps through ours, man. All right? Just like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that same blood that pumps through their veins pumps through ours, man. Why do you think that we're so hated amongst these other nations? Because they know who we are, man. Time and time, week in, week out, we come out here and explain these things to you people, and you still don't want to get it. Now, I know I'm out here late night, but that's what the Spirit got me out here late. You know? But the word is still going out. The word is still going forth, and that vibration is being pushed out. You know? And we're about to be let out of what? This Egypt. This captivity. The second Exodus. Alright? That's our next thing out of here. The next ticket out this bitch. You know? But back in the second Exodus 3, and we're gonna go to 18. It says, and bowing the heavens, thou didst set fast the earth, movedest the whole world, and made the depths to tremble, and troubled the men of that age. He troubled the men of what? That age. That was the time that they was living in. And guess what? He's going to do the same thing now. To trouble the men of this age. All right? And he already started doing it, moving the earth. Because guess what? Check it out. Let's go here real fast. I think it's 2nd Ezra 9. Yeah, here we go. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1, it says, He answered me, then said, Measure thou the time diligently yourself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world that he made. Therefore, when thou shalt see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? So the Lord spoke these things from the beginning, man, which we just read. And he said what? He made the earth. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 3. And verse 18, it says, and bowing the heavens, thou didst set fast the earth, movedest the whole world, and madest the depths to tremble, and troublest the men of that age, man. So what you think going to happen now? You're going to do the same thing. Y'all about to be troubled in this age that we live in, man. All right? And we're coming to the end of this age and to the beginning of another age where our age is without end, man. All right? So it says, I'm about to get up out of here. I've got to bring out a couple more scriptures. Lord's willing, this is edifying, man. But it says, yo, dang, that's the spirit. Let's keep going. It says, and the glory, because we just read what? 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. It says, and thy glory went through for gates of fire and of earthquake, which we just read, and of wind and of cold, that thou mightest give the law unto the seed of Jacob, and diligence unto the generations of Israel, man. So where we out here? We out here diligent on the highways and hedges, week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of America. Hey, shalom, out, y'all, by Shemina Shabbat. But we out here on the highways and hedges, and we're constantly through this age, man. You know, through this age, and the diligence that the Lord has given us from the beginning of time, man. All right, and that's why we come out here on these highways and hedges and we speak, because it's already been it's programmed into our coordinates to be out here on to do what we do. Just like to have the right doctrine, it has to be programmed into your coordinates. When you go off with doctrine, it was programmed into your coordinates, man. All we are is just living computers, man. Where do you think Esau gets the ideas of computers from? From your body. Because he studies the body and the nerve system and everything. Yo, that's high technology right there, man. You know, and that comes from, that's not the hands of man. That's from the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakhakwadash, man. You know? That's where that technology comes from. And just like those, you got the UFOs, what they call UFOs, the UAPs, you know, which they're chariots of the Most High. The angels, that's the angels' vehicles. That's technology that's beyond the technology of this place. You know, and they can't fathom that, so they try to copy it, but you can't copy it. You know? But anyway, hopping back. Where we at? Verse 20 it says, and yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart. See, the Lord didn't take away from us a wicked heart because he knew. That's, and what I just said, we're programmed with the coordinates, man. Whatever. So the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments and everything, but he knew who was going to follow, who was going to try to do it to the best of their ability, and who was going to bullshit with it. You know, because he ain't take away that stony heart from us, man. As a matter of fact, I just read something, I think it's in the book of Hosea, when it talks about Mount Gilead, it compares to Mount Gilead, right? Matter of fact, I believe it's Hosea. I want to say 3. I don't want to get it messed up, but I know it's in Hosea when it talks about Mount Gilead, but it's a Gilead is a stony place, right? And it compared us to that because of what's our hearts, our minds. Your heart is your mind. Your life, your heart is stony because you're hard-headed, man. You know, and what it's saying in the old thing, a hard head makes a soft behind, a hard head makes a soft ass, right? So being with that, that's why we getting jacked up, man. We getting our ass whooped. And rightfully so, because we deserve it. You know? When you be hard-headed to your parents, you get your ass whooped. So don't think that because when you get older and you get out your parents' house, you think, oh, I'm free, I can do whatever I want. No, you still have rules to follow, which they call it, that these people call the universal law. What's the universal law? The law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, man. All right, which we're about to hop into Romans, the 13th chapter, because what you want to talk about the laws of the land? Well, the laws of the land is the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. But right now, we can't follow to the best of our ability, but those are the laws of the land. Those are the oldest laws that's ever given to a people, and that's to us, man. You know? So when these people, they try to twist up scriptures, they don't understand the scriptures. We understand them, yo. When Daniel was back in his time, you know, and matter of fact, I don't want to jump ahead of the gun, but matter of fact, I'm making statements that already started. But when Daniel was back in his time, and with the king Nebuchadnezzar and everything, and they told him, oh, if you pray to your God, you're going to be put to death, and this, that. You think Daniel, you think he cared about that? Because that was the law of the land at the time. So what, you going to bow down to another God? No, he didn't. He prayed to his God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakhakwadash. And what they do? They threw his ass in the lion's den, man. Because the men, you had wicked men. You always had wicked men. They was always after the men of the Lord, man. They seek the men of the Lord's blood, man. They seek their blood the same way that they seek Yahweh's blood, man. You know? But you seeking for that, guess what? Your blood's going to be shed, man. And guess who's going to do it? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Harakhakwadash, man. All right? But anyway, it says, going back, verse 20, 2nd Ezra 3 and 20, it says, and yet tookest thou not away from them a wicked heart, that thy law might bring forth fruit in them. See that? That thy law might bring forth fruit in them, for the first Adam bearing a wicked heart transgressed and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. So everybody born after Adam, talking about you Israelites, they'll start off with the Adamites, but Adam, when he talks about the story Adam, is talking about Adam that bear forth, that come to us, man. It's not talking about the other nations, man. All right, so everybody after Adam, what we do? We transgress, man. But they try to put how you transgress because Adam went against the Most High. He went against his words. These other nations, they ain't never have no laws, man. They're lawless. That's why they can do whatever the hell they want. And this book is about us. You know? But it says, let's read that again, man. It says, for the first Adam, bearing a wicked heart, transgressed and was overcome. Overcome by who? The woman, which a lot of you niggas fall susceptible for now. And so be all they that are born of him. This infirmity was made permanent, and the law also in the heart. And the law also in the heart of the people with the malignity of the root, so that the good depart away and the evil abode still. So the times passed away, and the years were brought to an end. Then didst thou raise up a servant called David the wise, all right, whom thou commandest and built a city unto thy name, and to offer incense and obligations obligations unto thee therein. When this was done, many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook thee, and in all things did even as Adam and all his generations had done. For they also had a wicked heart. Just like the niggas now, they got wicked hearts, man. Can't make this up. It says, and so thou gavest thy city over into the hands of thine enemy. So the Lord gave us over the city of who? David, the wise. King the wise. Malak Dawadah, right? Malak the wise. Alright? The Dawadah, Dawadah, right? He gave our city over to our enemies. You know, you go in the Baruch and tell you the same thing. We've been given over to the hands of our enemies, man. Alright? And they overcame us. You know? I'm about to get up out of here. I ain't going to sleep. But it says Shalakia. Where we at? Matter of fact, verse 28 it says, and their deeds then any better that inhabited Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion. For when I came thither and had seen impities without number, then my soul saw many evildoers in the 3rd year, in the 13th year, so that my heart failed me. All right, so Ezra saw a whole bunch of this, man, and said his heart failed me, right? But I want to bring this out real fast. I'm gonna stop that right there. There's not too much left on there, but I want to go here real quick just to address this, you know, because it was this is the scripture that the churches are going to try to use, what I brought out earlier, and I'm gonna end it on this. Romans the 13th chapter. All right, it's Romans chapter 13. All right, in verse what? Where we at? Verse 1. Romans chapter 13, verse 1, it says, let every soul be subject unto their higher powers. Now, the government's going to try to use this scripture to make you get the M-O to the T to the B. Now, yeah, of course, that's why I brought out with Daniel. All right, when it says, let every soul be subjected to the higher power, what's the higher power is Yahweh, right? Every soul is subjected to him. All right, let's go into Job the 1st chapter, Job the 2nd chapter. When the sons of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua came to present themselves to him, and Satan was amongst them. You know, he had to come and present himself to even ask him, could he even have parts of Job, man? All right. So these Christians, they don't understand that, so they get in their mind, oh, well, you gotta, the laws of the land, and that's why I brought out earlier, the laws of the land is what? The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. We just brought out 2nd Ezra, the 3rd chapter. All right? The Lord, man, listen, man, you can't front on the Lord, man. All right? And if you do, you're going to get fronted on. You know? All right? So you have to be subject to your higher power. Check this out. You're going to get deep. All right? But it says, so when they tell you, oh, you got to get the MO to the T to the B, you're going to take that because, that's the law of the land, which they're going to try to make it a law for you to get it. If you don't get it, you can't do nothing else. You can't buy yourself. So what you going to say now? The Bible contradicts itself, but it doesn't. It's telling you, man. You got to read between the lines, man. You niggas is fucking retarded, man. All right? It says, going back to Romans chapter 13 and 1, it says, let every soul be subjected to the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. See that? It says there is no power but of the Most High. So that's who you subject yourself to, man. Because everything that you see around you going to fall is going to fail. But the words of the scriptures, they're never going to fail. They're never going to forsake you, man. You believe in them. And last week when me and the brothers out here, I said that. I said that, all we have is the Lord's word, man. And that's all we need. Because when it tells you in the beginning was the word, and who was the word? The word was Yahweh Shai, man. Well, is Yahweh Shai. And how you know that? Because when Yahweh Shai was here, when he hit that 12th year, and he just started flowing with it, man. Ain't nobody had to teach him because it was already inside of him. You know? But it says, I'm gonna start again, verse 13. Slack it. Romans chapter 13, verse 1, it says, let every soul be subjected to the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So the powers that be, so everything that's set up around you are ordained by the Most High. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaRachakwadash. But you Christians, you don't understand that. You sit there and look at that scripture, and you'll follow. If they tell you to wear a dress, you're going to wear it. Why? Because you're going to say it's the laws of the land. And you goddamn Muslims, you do the same thing, man. You got to follow the laws of the land. Well, what are the laws of the land, man? Those 613 laws that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem HaRachakwadash gave us, man. Those are the laws of the land. You fucking stupid ass niggas, man. That want to be simple-minded. That's why I said the simple believeth every word, but you don't even look up things, man. You don't even look up words. So as soon as you just take things for face value. You can't do that, man. Not in this society, man. Especially not in this society. That's going to get your ass jacked up. But anyway, it says, whosoever, therefore, see that? I'm going to read this again. Let's take it back to the top. It says, Romans chapter 13 and 1, it says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for the higher powers. For there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, it says, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive themselves damnation. Shall receive to themselves damnation. So yeah, if you resist the powers of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to receive to yourself damnation. Because you're going against his will. But you really can't go against his will because he puts it in you. But if you think you're going against his will, you're still in the trick bag, man. It's like you sitting out here, I'm going to fight against the government. I'm going to do this. You niggas that do that shit is crazy, man. You niggas that do those things are crazy because the Most High is going to jack your ass up. The Most High is going to put your ass to death. He's going to put you to death. But this is one that I'm telling you, and Donald Trump already used the scripture. If you think I'm lying, just go do some looking. All right? Shalom, man. Y'all about to Shabbat. Yo, just look up some history, man. Look up what Trump has already done. You know? Here comes the madness. This late, I'm about to get out of here anyway, man. But just wanted to bring this out before I got out of here. It says, for the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Now let's read that again. It says, for the rulers are not a terror to the good works. All right, so listen, like the scriptures tell you. You know, it tells you, if a man's way so pleases the Lord, even his enemies will be at peace with him. All right? Even his enemies will be at peace with him. So if you please the Lord, your enemies are going to be at peace with you. Because the Lord created all their spirits, so they can't do nothing to you. You know, like a brother sent me a video, and it was a video, it was from Benjamin, when they had a man, I guess he was supposed to be righteous. They showed him praying with his family and everything. And you saw the angel on him. Then you had other dudes that was around that they had demons on them, and those demons, when they like the men they was trying to come to, they really wanted to put the guy to death. But when their demons saw that angel, they was like, and they couldn't do nothing to him. So that was his ways pleasing the Lord. And that El Benjamin heavy, man. They're that ravenous wolf, and they always coming at Esau, man. Benjamin constantly comes at Esau in their songs and all that, man. You know, Benjamin is heavy with that. All right. But you know, so you can't like yo, the Esau is set up to be the sword. All right, so when you disobey the Lord, he puts that sword on your ass. Especially if he's dealing with you and he wants to get your attention, he's gonna put that sword on you. You know, and that's gonna draw your attention. All right, that's gonna draw your attention this time and time again. And yo, not even, and it don't always gotta be like that way, but it's instances like I said, Daniel and the lions. Then you have Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the three holy children, right? What happened with them? Did they follow what the king said? Did they follow the higher authorities on worshiping another god? No, they didn't. They followed the laws of the land, which is the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why the Lord, yo, even in ancient Egypt, they wanted to follow that shit. That's why Moses came and was like, yo, let my people go, man, so that they can come and serve the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know? That's the ultimate thing. We serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Will they let us serve him here in this land in Babylon? No, they don't. They don't want us to do that because they want to keep us in derision. That's why I brought that out in the Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. You know? There's a lot of ways this book doesn't lie, man. There's so many instances and everything in the scriptures to keep you on point, man. But the Lord is just laughing. And you gotta understand the scriptures. If you don't understand them, you're gonna get tripped up, man. Alright? So check it out. And matter of fact, after this, we're gonna go into the classic. The MO to the T to the B, we're going on that one. Alright, but it says, for he is the minister. Matter of fact, let's go back to verse 3. It says, for the rulers are not a terror to the good works, but to the evil. All right, so yo, when you do evil, that's when they're going to get at you ass. Especially if you're an Israelite and the Lord is dealing with you. It says, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. All right, for he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger, and so like a revenger to execute wrath upon him that do evil. All right, so you do evil, guess what? You're going to get the sword. All right, and let's go here. End it on this one. The classic. All right, Revelations chapter 13. My jump. Revelation chapter 13. And we just want to read it on out. Alright? Matter of fact, Yeah, let's go ahead. All right, Revelation 13. 16, it says, and he called them all. Let's go, let's start right there. Revelation 13 and 16, it says, he called them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Which now you're starting to see that technology now. What you do, you got the Palm Pay, which I brought out earlier when the guy came over here to get into the bank. All he did, he pulled out his phone, which you get that. Now you know how you know it's the same technology because you got the phones, right? And that has that chip in it. It has all that. The C-hip, it has all that stuff in it. Now they're saying they what their goal is, what they're saying. They said, "Bah, I forgot what year it was, but it's not too far in the future." They said, your phones are going to be inside of your body. All right. How do they track us now? Through your phones. Why do you think they got these government programs when they give out, did you say the Obamacare, Obama phones and all that? Which you had Obama was a motherfucker for you niggas that loved him like that. You know, he got a lot of things in order where, you know, that guillotine, through the Obamacare, capital punishment is going to be done with the guillotine. You know? Why? Because what? That C-hip is in there and you're going against that, which you want to call it the laws of the land? You go against their laws, they're going to put your ass to death because what they're trying to do, they want that great reset and they want to reprogram everybody to deal with their technology and their system to be constantly monitored when we're already constantly monitored by the Lord. Which it says what? His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Matter of fact, see if we can get that real quick. All right. Bear with me. Okay. Let's go to Sirach 23. 19. Bear with me. Forgive me. I was that old man growing. Sirach 23 and 19. Let you know even more. Not supposed to fear this man because he wants to be like the Most High. All right. Sirach, chapter 23 and 19, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. All right? So, that's what these devils want to do. They want to be like the Most High. So now they're trying to bring out this technology, which they already have, which they want to put the C-hip in your brain so they can see what you're thinking, seeing all that, so you can fear them. You're not supposed to fear that. You're supposed to fear the man that can kill the body. You're supposed to fear the man that can kill the body and the soul right here in hell, man. All right? Fear the man that can kill the body and the soul right here in hell. Why, So let's read that again. And they're going to try to use the fear tactic to make you try to get this, man. Which I was speaking to my mother about this earlier. All right, it says, Sirach, chapter 23 and 19, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. So when you want to take that, you only want to fear the eyes of men because you're like, oh, they can see what I'm doing. I got to please them. No, nah, man. You only fear the eyes of men, you don't fear the Lord. Why? Because you can't see him. You hear about him, you talk about him, but you can't see him, so you think it's a joke, you think it's a lie. And two, but you see in the prophecies that he told us about happening, coming to pass, So you damn devils is crazy, man. And the ones that believe in and listen to this bullcrap that these devils say, guess what? They got you in the trick bag, man. They got you in the trick bag, and yo, you're going to catch the same hell and the same judgment that they got coming to them. All right? But it says, let's go back. Second Ezra, Sirach, chapter 23 and 19, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shah are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. See that? 10,000 times brighter than the sun, so they see everything. Beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. And what's the most secret parts is your mind. Alright? The Lord even see that, because why you think when Yahweh Shah was here? Because all power was given to him, man. When they say what? Khalil, which is all powerful, all power. All power was given to him. That's what Superman is, all powerful. All right, so all power was given to Yahweh Shah. To the point that he could see your thoughts. So when you look at the movie Superman, he can see your thoughts too, man. And he got that little beam and everything that he shoots at you and all that. You know? But it says he knew all things ever Shalak, he said he knew all things ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. Alright? But that's the point, man. You gotta fear Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Alright, so let's go back into Revelation 13 to 16 again. It says that he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. Kasa stigma. For you niggas, you Greek fraternity ass niggas, y'all know what that is. Kasa stigma. 666. Kasa stigma. And your fraternities know exactly what that is, because a lot of your fraternities come from the Greeks. The Japhetic people, but you're freaks, man. Alright? So, go to verse 14. Chapter 14, I believe. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Here we go, all right. So this is Revelation. We're going to do on this. Revelation chapter 14. All right, and let's go to verse 7. It says, saying, matter of fact, let's go to verse 6. Revelation 14 and 6, it says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. And that's what, the Lord put the Spirit on us to be able to do that, and that's the angel that flew through and put the Spirit on men and all nations. So we're scattered amongst all people of the earth, all right? So we're scattered amongst all the nations, all right? So we have to come out here and declare who we are and tell them who they are. That's our job as Israelites, to teach these people, to teach these other nations their downfall and what to come to. All right? And that's what we do. All right? That's our job, that's our duty as an Israelite man and to serve the Most High. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem HaRachakadash. All right? It says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having an everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and every people, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. And that's what's coming, right? It's come. It says, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of rivers, and the fountains of waters, and there follow another angel. So that's what we out here telling y'all, man. Yo, talking to you Israelites, first and foremost, start with the elect. And that's the only ones that's going to get it. Yo, fear the Most High. Just like Yahweh Shah told us when Yahweh Shah was walking the earth, where he kept telling us, yo, fear Yahweh. Trust Yahweh. All right? That's what he told us, man. That was his message to us. And he told us how to conduct and how to treat our brothers and how to live, man. And how to eat and everything. You know? People being in a rush to go nowhere, man. All right? But it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And yo, that's what's coming real soon. You know, Babylon is about to fall. It's already fallen. You know, Babylon is in that sunken place right now, man. The Lord got this place, it's already of low morals and low standards, so the Lord is bringing it even lower, man. All right? It's a place in Philadelphia called Lower Marion. The Lord is lowering Marion. Yo, it's a joke, man. I ain't about to lower this place, man. Put it on, it's already full of low morals. That's why it's known as the valley of the shadow of death, and the valley is a low land, which is, this is a valley, low in morals, low in a lot of things, man. All right? But it says, go back to verse 8, Revelations 14:8, it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or his right or his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right? So that's what you got to look forward to if you take that MOT to the B. And if you take Romans, the 13th chapter, 13:1-2, going on down to 3:4, yo, if you think that the laws of the land is talking about that, taking the chip and all that, yo, you got something wrong. I'm going to read this again. This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 10. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right, the mark of his name, which is Kasa Stigma, which is that C hip. All right. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that kept the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shah. And I heard the voice from heaven saying unto me, right blessed are the dead which die in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, for from henceforth these saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them, man. All right? So the works do follow the men of the Lord, no matter which generation or age they're in. All right? Because we're going to have a rest. We had rest before, now we're back at it. You know? Once again, it's on in this age. All right? Matter of fact, that's pretty much it, man. With that, you know? So with that, Lord's willing, that this camp was edifying. You know, you got something out of it. You know, I pray that you got understanding and everything. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, our Chakwadash, Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Shai, but they shall rise first. To the men, women, and children that believe in the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, but he's coming to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. Until next week, I'm going to say Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala, and death to America. Shalom.